Hey, what's up everybody? Awall here, bringing you some more Hearthstone action. Diamond 1 star right now, on my way to Masters. Thanks for your comments on the previous videos in these ranked matches. I have been spending a lot of time trying to put together a diamond-worthy warrior deck. I've burned basically all my druid cards, hunter cards, as well as my warlock cards in an attempt to get all the options I need with warrior to put together a decent ranked deck. I have not been able to accomplish this. Every time I bring that deck from unranked into ranked, I end up getting completely destroyed. Fast decks are destroying me. So this deck that I have right now with my Shaman is fairly fast. It's not as fast as possible, but it is fairly fast. It's actually a mid-game deck. Generally, I'll pull down W's with this one around turn 5 through 7 because of Bloodlust. Bloodlust is generally the finisher here. So what I end up doing before I use Bloodlust late game with this deck, in case you haven't watched the other videos, with this particular one, I use cards like Feral Spirit, Bust Out Taunt to delay the enemy, and I have a lot of cards like Razorfen Hunter that will summon 2 minions and allow me to just fill the board with as many minions as possible, hopefully get way ahead of my opponent in terms of just quantity of minions, and then I can use things like Lightning Bolt. I also have other lightning attacks to clear the board and to ensure that I have the massive pure numbers advantage when I'm dropping Bloodlust. Nothing worth doing on this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass. How many of you guys are playing warrior decks right now in ranked? I've only seen a few successful warrior decks in ranked, and generally they will take me down. If they do take me down, they'll take me down late game, around turn 8 or 9. They're stacking a lot of really heavy hitters for late game action, and it can be pretty obnoxious. It can be very tough to deal with late game, so with this deck, I just need to rely on the fact that I'm going to take them down before turn 8 and turn 9. And if I don't take them down before turn 8 or turn 9, cards like this, Mana Tide Totem, with the card draw capabilities, will pull me into late game. Warriors find themselves in a lot of trouble around turn 7 or 8, with only having a card or 2 in their hand. So it's a matter of them getting extremely lucky and maybe drawing one of their legendary minions to finish off the game. And this is going to be a card that I'm going to want to take out immediately. I might even want to use a Lightning Bolt on it or a Hex. With this charge card, it could be very dangerous. I've seen this tactic used before in successful warrior decks. It might be a mid-game deck, a turn 5 through 7 deck, where they have a lot of high-attack minions that don't have charge, and let this card do the work for them in terms of value. Gonna go ahead and just Lightning Bolt it immediately. I'm not gonna play around at all and let that even stay on the board at all. And yeah, that means I can't summon my own minion right now. All I get is a totem, but that's okay, because at the end of the turn I get yet another card draw off of my Mana Tide Totem. If I get at least 2 card draws off of that, I feel like it's worth its while. It's done its job for me. Anything more than that can be fantastic. And there's a charge card. This is going to be a charge-centric deck from this opponent. So, I've got a decision. Do I want to start filling the board with minions? Do I want to Hex this elite card or not? Filling the board with minions, if I drop this Imp Master after this turn, it can just take out my Imp Master. If I drop a Dire Wolf, it can just take out my Dire Wolf. So, I'm probably... this is tough. This is actually a pretty tough call. Gonna drop the Feral Spirit for now and just kind of play very conservative. I'd like to save my Hex for a much larger minion, which this warrior has got to have a much larger minion. It's really the only viable thing you can do with warriors to try to get into late game, and it's starting to get dangerous for me now as we get towards turn 7 and 8 once these larger creatures start to hit. Yay, random damage, thank you. The Whirlwind is a bit of a confusing move there. Normally you only see a Whirlwind from a warrior player if they have cards on the board that have the Enrage effect. So don't quite understand that play. I actually think that was a bad play. But with 7 damage, with 7 damage, yeah, should I use the Hex? Should I not use the Hex? Gonna go ahead and use it. I can't take 7 damage right now, and if this warrior has another buff, that could become extremely dangerous, so I'm just gonna have to pass. So right now, playing very defensive, but to my credit, Starting next turn, I'll have 7 to work with, so I'll be able to drop I'll be able to drop at least 2 major minion cards. Which one should I drop? I'm thinking I'm gonna do Imp Master and Razorfin Hunter. So we'll have 4 minions on the board, and then the turn thereafter I'll drop a Direwolf Alpha with whatever remaining minions are in place, so that we can go ahead and take out this Lord of the Arena. He's guaranteed to do a bunch of damage to me, and that's not something that I can avoid, so I'm not going to do something stupid like blow my Lightning Storm right now. It's only going to do 2 to 3 more damage, and no doubt there's going to be more minions hitting right now, so no sense in it. So just to give you a little insight on my tactic, yeah, there's a lot of big minions. This is going to be tough to plow through later on. If I picked up another Hex, that would be really nice. Even another Lightning Bolt would be fairly helpful, but I'm looking to fully populate the board here with minions. And he's going to do everything he can to stop it. Taking out the Imp Master is a really smart move. Oh, the bonus damage took out another one. But it's a really smart move because he no doubt knows the tactic that I'm using. So this is going to be a total of 6 plus 7 plus 1. We're looking at 14 damage hitting me next turn. That's going to hurt a lot. That's going to hurt a whole lot. So I still need to focus on filling the board properly. So Harvest Golem is going to be a good choice for that, and we're going to use yet another Razorfin Hunter. And do I want to attack the enemy? No, I don't. I'm just going to be wasting minions. So we'll see if he decides to hit me, or whether he decides to hit my minions. My guess is this turn we're going to see Lord of the Arena hit me, we're going to see Stormham Champion hit me, and we're going to see the Frog hit my boar.
One shot.
Elven Archer, really on the Elven Archer, so this frog will then hit this boar. Or he might just attack me with it. But luckily I'm going to have, I hope he doesn't attack any of my minions. No, he decides to attack my minions. That's a really smart move. Very smart. Probably just saved his ass there, because this next turn I could have used Lightning Storm, then Bloodlust, and basically killed everything he had and then some, and then pulled ahead in this fight. That was a very smart move. Okay, so I've got a decision to make. I'm gonna make a gamble here, and I've got a 1 in 4 chance to summon a totem that's going to boost my spell power. I hope I get it. No, instead all I got was a Searing Totem. That's pretty disappointing. So let's go ahead and use the Lightning Storm and see what kind of effects we get. Hopefully we get more 3s rather than 2s. Beautiful. That's beautiful. So at the very least I can take out one of these. So obviously the only option is to take out the Lord of the Arena. And notice in this whole process, because he decided to focus on my minions, he did no damage to me whatsoever, and now his big boys are going down. So next turn the Stormwind champ is going down regardless. So it's a tough choice. I'm gonna bust out Imp Master and force this warrior into the decision whether to take down my Imp Master to do some damage to me. If he just takes down the Imp Master, I'm okay with that. I would prefer if he used this to attack me next turn, so I can have 4 minions to use Bloodlust, and then I can do a good 15 to 16, actually 16 damage to him in next turn, which would be really nice. Actually, I could probably do more than that by dropping a Direwolf Alpha and maybe a Flame Tongue Totem, depending on how things shake out. With 9 mana available to him, it's kind of scary late game. Silence! Very smart. Instead of having to blow his attack from his Stormwind champion, using Silence. I'm seeing almost every ranked player out there using Spellbreaker. Okay, that Hex was a ridiculously convenient card to pick up. Alright, so what we're going to do now, I think hexing the Spellbreaker is good so we don't have to blow a lot of minions to take him down. And then just using just a Searing Totem to finish off the Stormwind champ is going to work. So I think what we're going to do now is just clear the enemy board. Just clear the board. So let's go ahead and drop. Yeah, I think this is the right move. So with 2 HP available here, we'll go ahead and blow the Searing Totem on that. and then use the next weakest, which is going to be this damage golem here. And then we will just attack and clear out all of that armor. So this sets me up decently for next turn, depending on if he's got any damaging cards, for me to use Bloodlust and move towards that W. I'm really worried about big minion cards right now. Especially the legendary work card that warriors have. The name's slipping my mind right now. Fen Creeper with taunts, really nice pickup for him right now. Might actually save his life, the fact that he got that. Okay, I've got a choice to make. Do I want to do 2 to 3 damage here, or do I want to just use Bloodlust and see what happens? We're gonna see if I get a boost to spell damage. I did. So now I'll do 3 to 4 damage. But it doesn't really matter, considering I'm using Bloodlust here anyway. So let's just go ahead and use Bloodlust. We're gonna lose 1 minion regardless. And the obvious choice is gonna be this imp, because it's just a minion. And then we'll go ahead and keep both of our buffing minions in place. So we'll take him out. We're gonna drop the mana totem so we can draw a card this turn. And this is gonna put us way ahead right now, way ahead. Now with this card draw on the table, he's gonna be forced to take that out if he can. Next turn, I'm gonna play this Feral Spirit though and get 2 Taunters on the board, which would leave way too many minions for him to deal with on the back line. So we could have random minion damaging cards that could hurt me. Whirlwind could be okay, but considering all my minions have more than 1 HP, I'm in pretty damn good shape. And if you notice the types of minions he's playing right now, he's sort of desperate. Those are his only options. He doesn't have any cards he's holding on to that he's waiting to play. So we're gonna drop the 2 Taunters to protect everything. That'll force him to use both of his attacks here, of course. Obviously, you know what Taunt does. The question is, do we want to use Lightning Storm? I think we do. We have the chance to basically entirely clear their board right now. And where's that second wave lightning? There it is. We cleared everything out. I think that's going to be a GG no re at this point. We'll see if he gives up. If he gets some sort of big taunter on the board, he might think that he can pull this game out. I'm in pretty good shape though. I feel very confident about picking up this W. Warriors, it's tough right now. I'm trying. That's a big taunter. Destroy an enemy minion with taunt. That's a great card. Great legendary. Black Knight's awesome. Love this card. Easily worth the 6 mana, in my opinion. Okay, Doomhammer means GG. So there's your Doomhammer. Doomhammer, I don't know if you know this, but favorite card in the game. I think we're gonna go ahead and finish off the game with the Doomhammer. Here it goes. Seriously, 16 damage potential with this Doomhammer. So worth the 5 mana. Probably one of the most economic cards in the game, but we're gonna pick this up. That's gonna be a GG. Let's go ahead and be a friendly player. Say well played at the end of the game. Moving on up the Diamond ladder. Hopefully we'll get to Diamond 2-star soon. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone action.